You're listening to the One Man Show Network. Welcome to the MMA Fight Picks Podcast with your host, Aaron Weinbaum.
All right, everyone, welcome to the MMA Fight Picks Podcast. I am your host, Aaron Weinbaum, and I'm doing things a little different today. I am trying some things out. I'm on the Haps TV app, so do have a few people watching. I should still be able to pick up all your comments from other places. If not, I guess maybe shoot me a direct message on YouTube, not YouTube, Twitter or whatever. I'm not using Ecamm Live. I'm trying something different so I can multi-stream. Normally I'd use the virtual cam with my fancy backdrop and all that kind of stuff, but my computer is about to die. I've got a new one coming, but you know when you just know that your car's about to go? Well, this is about how it's going to be with this computer, except for I didn't buy a new one in time. So anyhow, we're going to pick some fights for Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. Sorry, this podcast is out the day before the actual fights, but you know, it is what it is. This is not my 9-to-5 job. Unless you all want to subscribe on YouTube or whatnot, insert fancy YouTube subscribe graphics that I don't have downloaded on here. I just remembered. Gosh darn it. And if you can hear me okay, let me know. And totally just got a nose pick on there. Wonderful. This is part of live podcasting, I guess. All right. So I'm going to test this out and make sure I can do a comment, but I'm going to get to the very, very first fight first. Very first fight first. Sara McMann versus Julianna Peńa. Julia Peńa, you know, thought to be the next big thing at 135 pounds. Didn't really come to fruition. Let's take a look at her last few fights here. She hasn't been the most active in the world. She did just have a kid. Let me see if I can comment here. Yes. See what happens. All right. If we're going to go back here, Nico Montano, she beat, but this was back in July of 2019. All right, cool. Comments do work. Beautiful. And then she just lost to Germaine de Randamie back in, October 2020. And I did actually get to see Julianna Peńa came to Adam Hunter's show, which was pretty cool. Let's take a look at Sara McMann. I thought she was fighting elsewhere, and maybe that's not true, but I don't know why I thought she was. She has done some grappling bouts. All right, well, her last fight in the UFC that I see was a win against Lena Landsberg in January of this year. All right, so I was totally wrong here. Before that, lots of grappling bouts. She is definitely trying to get better with her jiu-jitsu. Yeah, geez. She lost to Caitlin Vieira, that arm triangle choke before that. That was, 2017. Yeah, so she has not been that active. I think she had a kid in between there. I hear a kid coming up behind me. That's hilarious. This is tough, man. I think they're both scrappy. Obviously, Sara McMann with the strong wrestling and whatnot. I see, golly, I got lots of viewers here, so feel free to comment and help me pick these fights here. This is cool. Cool. Anyway, not to get distracted here, but I don't know if the odds are here, but I feel like this is a pick'em. I don't know that I bet on either girl. I'm not a betting man anyway. I just like to pick fights and go from there. But geez, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this one here. If I'm going to go by most active, I think it would be Sara. But I mean, she hasn't fought in almost a year. Julianna just fought in October, so I guess that's not true. But she has been keeping busy with the grappling bouts. Woo-wee. You know what? I'm going Sara McMann here, old school. Next up. All right, I'm picking this fight because I think this girl is one of the most underrated fighters there are, but not Marina Rodriguez, but Amanda Ribas. I think this is a bad girl, like, I see future champ in her because when was the last time she lost? 2015 against Polyana Viana. Then she just racks up these wins. Emily Whitmire. Mackenzie Dern. I mean, took it to Mackenzie Dern. Wasn't afraid of her jiu-jitsu at all whatsoever. Golly, Randa Marcos, Paige Van Zant. Goes on and on and on. And you got Marina. So this could be, every time I say this, I'm wrong. This could be a fight to build up Ribas. But I've said that about 2 fights last week, the Joaquin Buckley one especially, and he got knocked the F out, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, Marina Rodriguez just lost to Carla Esparza, but she does have some impressive wins. Tisha Torres, for sure. She had that weird draw against Cynthia Calvillo. Oh, Nicholas, you trying to jump the gun here. Who do I have in the main event? And thank you for watching on YouTube, my man. I will get to that. Well, Nicholas, why don't you tell me who you got? And we'll go from there. But thank you for watching on YouTube. That's awesome. It means the comments are working. And those of you that are watching, I got a lot of views, and I'm not sure where they are. But feel free to share this broadcast. I would love it. Love it. The more comments, the better. And I vow not to leave until I answer all your questions. So how about that? Now, that being said, with all that buildup, I got Amanda Ribas. And I think she's got future champ all over them, So definitely. All right. Oh, Jessica I and Joanne Calderwood. So those of you that say I don't pick enough women UFC fights, just telling you, I'm picking 3 tonight. Okay? Wait, is that right? Yes, 3 tonight. Okay? So Joanne Calderwood. She was right there in line for the belt against Valentina Shevchenko at flyweight and loses to Jennifer Maia. Didn't have to take that fight. She did. Jennifer Maia gets the nod. So that worked out well for her. Ooh, Nicholas with the big pick here. Conor by KO in the second. All right. Well, we'll talk about that. But that division is not really deep because for that she has a loss to Caitlin Chukagian. Comes back, beats Andrew Lee, loses Jennifer Maia. Jessica I guess she made weight today. I didn't hear any differently. Just lost to Cynthia Calvillo. And I guess she did make weight. I don't think she did. Anyway, I'm trying to break. I wish there was a way. Hey, if anyone from HAPS is listening, I would love there to be a way to bring in comments in this in the chat here. How about that? So that is my hope for the HAPS future. Anyway, golly, I get distracted by shiny things. I like Joanne Calderwood in this fight. Jessica I mean, she just strung some losses together. She came back after that devastating head kick and beat Vivian Araujo. Correct me if I'm wrong here. By the way, anyone that is listening on the HAPS app, I think there's a way to bring people in. So I'm not really sure how to do that, but I would be more than happy to experiment with that. How about that? My gosh, lots of viewers here. This is great. I wish I knew where they were all coming from. Nicholas is the man leaving the comments, so feel free to leave your comments because the co-main event of the evening, Michael Chandler and Dan Hooker. I'm so damn excited about this fight. Michael Chandler, University of Missouri, Columbia alum. That is Mizzou. To lay people, the greatest college in the world, probably the greatest wrestling college in the world right now, which is amazing. So I'm super, super happy for that program. Let's talk about this. And I won't, like I said, if you do want to make comments, I will leave them here. I hope they're all working. So if they're not, somebody send me a message. But I think I give out my phone number more than I should. Well, actually, you got my number. So. Oh, my man Lucas Grandsire wants to pick up some freelance MMA gigs, by the way. So if you can look at him on Twitter, I think his DMs are always open. So just a shout out to my man, Lucas Grandsire, one of the younger people in the MMA space. You got lots of young guys here like Nick Baldwin. He's been 16 now for 20 years. Good for him. So interesting. Okay. Very interesting here. But Dan Hooker, the Hangman, coming over from Bellator, immediately thrown to the wolves. It's kind of hard to believe that he was the backup for Khabib versus Gaethje, and he's going right into this Hooker fight. And I think this Hooker fight is dangerous. Hooker had that war with Dustin Poirier, his last fight. He has taken some time off, hasn't fought since June. But, Dan's got some wins. Paul Felder, Al Iaquinta, my man Al. If you like real estate and you like Al Iaquinta, follow Iaquinta Realty on Twitter. It's run by me, of course. James Vick, he lost to Edson Barbosa, body punch, it happens. But that was back in 2018. Michael Chandler, coming to play with the big boys. Missoula, his last fight was a win over Benson Henderson. Before that, he beat Sidney Outlaw. He did lose to Patricio Pitbull. He lost the belt. Now Pitbull is a champ. This is over in Bellator. Avenged his loss against Brent Primus, Brandon Gertz. Okay, listen. I'm not besmirching Bellator, but their lightweight division is not the deepest, okay? Now he's coming over. He's fighting with the big boys. And I'm not gonna say he's got to prove himself, but I am gonna say it. Michael Chandler has got to prove himself. Okay? He has got to prove himself in the UFC. He has not fought the stiffest of the stiff competition here in Bellator. Maybe way back when, and I'm going way back, he lost to Will Brooks that was 2014. That Eddie Alvarez fight where he lost was 2013. And look what Eddie ended up doing. He came over to the UFC. Okay, he came over to the UFC and he became the champion after a loss, after losing to Donald Cerrone. So I don't know. This is insane. This is insane. Like I think. Listen, I love Michael Chandler, and if this gets back to him, I'm sorry, and please prove me you're wrong, because I wish nothing but the best for Mizzou alums. But you got to prove something to me, man, and you got to beat Dan Hooker to do it. And this puts Dan Hooker right back up there, and I would like to see a Dan Hooker versus a Gaethje, or a Dan Hooker versus an Oliveira if there's going to be a logjam. So. Yeah, there you go. Wow, the views just keep on climbing, people. That's awesome. Okay, Nicholas, my man. This is the main event of the evening. This is the fight you wanted me to jump right to. But I can't do that right now because first I got to take care of some business, and then I will pick this fight. What kind of business do you say? Manscaped, baby. This podcast is brought to you by Manscaped. Happy New Year's. Manscaped is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming, offering precision-engineered tools for your family jewels, and it's here to help you have clean balls in the new year. Ain't nobody want those stanky balls. Ring in the new year with the right tools for the job. Manscaped is here to give you a New Year's resolution that you'll actually want to keep. The Perfect Package 3.0 is the below-the-waist grooming package you need to start off this strong this year. So come out of quarantine with clean balls thanks to Lawnmower 3.0. I just got mine. It is amazing. You got the 2.0? No problem. It works well, but pass it down. That's your out right there. Make it a family heirloom. Make it a rite of passage, whatever. I passed mine out to my older son. You could check out on my Twitter, there's a picture of me passing down the Lawnmower 2.0 to my 18-year-old son. I wish I had that photo right now. I'd overlay it. I don't have it, but it is on my Twitter. I promise. Look under my media. The waterproof and skin-safe trimmer will reduce nicks to your two best friends, lefty and righty. The third-generation trimmer even has a light to shine, a light to the promised land 2021. Looks to be. How's 2021 looking so far? Not so bad. And I just got the crop cleaner as well. It's amazing. It's a hair and body shampoo, and it smells great. I mean, just look at this face. I wouldn't trust just anything with this face. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code MMAFP at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. And use promo code MMAFP. New year, new balls. My wife is trying to call me. I'm going to have to call her right back. All right, now for the main event of the evening, Nicholas, this is what you have been waiting for, my man. This is what you have been waiting for. Let's just take a look-see here. Conor McGregor has not fought in a long, long time, okay? It has been since January last year, so it's been a year. It's been a year. I got to text my wife here. She's got to, well, you wonder what I'm doing? Call you back. I will call you back. Hopefully Daxton, my son, answers this phone. Okay. You know, before that, he hadn't fought since 2018 against Khabib, you know? It's crazy. Not the most active guy, but I don't know. What has he been doing in his off time besides harassing women? Good question. In the meantime, since January of 2020, last year, how many times has this man fought? Okay. Oh my gosh. So he has fought one time. So not as active as I thought. You know, before that, he loses his championship bout against Khabib. So for those of you that think Dustin has been way more active, it's not so. And that's not true at all. Yeah, very interesting here. But let's take a look at his competition. You know, Justin Gaethje, that was probably his hardest fight besides Khabib. And, you know, let's not forget Justin just fought for the title. It was a slugging fest. It was an absolute war. And he came back and he finished. He did what he needed to do and finished it. Another war, Eddie Alvarez. You know, the Max Holloway fight, I wasn't convinced about, you know, Max Holloway's performance. And I think he even said it. But it just looked like he didn't cut 10 extra pounds. He was doughier. I don't want to say he wasn't in shape, but he just didn't have the size. I mean, he just cut 10 less pounds, it looks like. Dustin was much bigger. You know, if Max does it again, I'd like to see really make a run at it and put on some weight. Khabib loses that fight. Comes back, another war, Dan Hooker. All right, Conor. What have we seen out of Conor besides this fight with Donald Cerrone? Not much. You know, he loses to Khabib. He loses to Floyd Mayweather in boxing. His last win before Donald Cerrone was 2016. That's crazy. Okay, so he fought November 2016. He fought UFC in October 2018, and then over a year ago, January. So, let's see here. I lost my train of thought because my wife's going to order me fajitas. Woo! Love me some fajitas. Okay. You could say what you want. And this Conor fight, you know, the first Conor Poirier fight was at 145 pounds. Conor, you know, he was he was unstoppable at 145 pounds then. Dustin was cutting way too much weight. Just got tapped and got knocked out. And then in the end, Conor beats him. But just think, man, this fight was over 6 years ago. That is insane. Hey, what's up? Raymond says Conor's gonna win. Well, let me get to that. I don't disagree with you. I love Dustin. He is one of the good guys in the sport today. I mean, he gives back to his community. I mean, you can't root against the guy, but you know, the thing with Dustin is he gets lured into these wars. And these guys that he fights that in these wars, you know, Justin Gaethje is pretty accurate. You know, Dan Aykroyd. Dan Hooker is pretty accurate, but Conor is devastatingly accurate. And when he hits you, you fall down, and especially his counter striking, can he lure Dustin in where Dustin, gets, if he does, if he lures Dustin in, it's another firefight. Conor picks him apart. Not only is he more accurate, but he's quicker than Dustin. And, all respect to Dustin. I hope he proves me wrong, but I think Conor Mania is real. And by golly, I think he's going to win this fight. So that's it. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you, Nicholas, for the chat and for the comments, rather. I much appreciate it. If I could bring them into the video, if I could figure that out, I would, but I don't think you can do it with this program. So Hafts is pretty cool. I like it. It's I'll definitely use it. I'll like it better when I can integrate my eCam camera into it, but not going to happen until I replace this dog of a computer here, this 7-year-old, 6-year-old computer, whatever. So M1 chip, here I come. That's it. So until next week, thanks for watching. And remember, Manscaped, 20% off, MMAFP. Promo code MMAFP. And that is it. Thank you so much for listening, and enjoy the fights.
Please remember to support the podcast by visiting the affiliate links on AaronSaysWhat.com.